Hey, a new year-ish, we're into the new year already, and a 5-minute quickie to muse on something that, well, a lot of people obviously do New Year's resolutions, and this is nothing to do with that, because it's obviously a couple of weeks after if you've done a New Year's resolution, that, well, I wonder how you're getting on. You see, I don't really get on with New Year's resolutions. You see, I find that you could change in any day of the year, any time, and that means you've got 365 times in this year to make a change, to resolve to make a change. And I think you can keep doing that. But, and there is a but, you see, well, here's the thing. If we've made changes in the last year, those changes can become our new normal. What? Yeah, you see, we've made a change. And if you've made a change, and it's a big change, and you're in it, all of a sudden, and sometimes gradually, that change becomes your new normal, your new you, as it were. And the way you used to be in the past is now maybe a distant memory. And we forget how much we have changed, if we've changed at all. All the things that we've done that create, because change doesn't always have to be good, does it? Change can be change for the better, or sometimes we've made changes and it didn't quite work, or, well, things happened and we changed, not because of them, but we chose to change because of them. So here's the thing. What I would like you to do is this. Maybe you could review instead of resolve. Sorry. Maybe you could review instead of resolute. That's a better way of putting it. And I think we could go back to the beginning of this year. Or beginning of last year, if you're listening to it, because it's 24 now, probably. And notice where you were at the beginning of the year. Notice the type of person you were and the things you were, and look at those areas of your life, such as your relationships. What were your relationships? How were you in a relationship? And that could be a one-to-one or one-to-many. Your social life. What was that like then, going through the year to now? What was that like? And then obviously you've got things like your mental health. Where were you a year ago? And through that year, how is your anxiety? If you had anxiety, how has it got better? Maybe it didn't. Maybe you've got fears, or maybe you got over them. And it's knowing how you got over them and realize that you have got over them, which can then bring up your self-esteem. And you can check on your self-esteem. How are you feeling a year ago? How are you feeling right now? And compare the two. What have we learned over the years? What can we and how can we use that learning? This is just an amusing thing. This is going to be part of a longer podcast. I mean, take health, for example. If you think back over the year, how has your health been? You've got exercise, diet, your physical health, maybe just, everything about health. Where were you then? How you got through it? And what have you learnt? You see, if we can take stock of what we've done, where we are now, how much we've moved, and it could be to the left, to the right, behind, front, whichever, the changes that we've made, and are we happy with them? Because with that information, we can then plan how we can make definite positive changes. Now, as I said, this is going to be part of a longer podcast, I think. So I'd like you just for a moment or two, sit down with a pen and pencil, paper and pen or pencil, whatever. But I think you need to write these down, just briefly, little bullet points, things you can remember. Because when you write them down, they'll stay not in here, they'll stay on the paper. Because in here, they disappear sometimes. And when you go back to look at those notes, you'll maybe get another little bit of intuition of something new to put on there. So when you have it, you've got the foundations of where you are right now. Forget New Year's resolution, forget what date it is. You are where you are right now. Because then as we make changes in the future, we can do this more often, reviewing maybe weekly or monthly to make sure our progress is the way we want it and our life is getting richer. I hope that makes sense. And what I'd like you to do, if it's okay, if there is something that you'd like me to add into that longer podcast about either reviewing and how we use that review, please do let me know. feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. That's the email address to use. And it comes to me, I'm the only bugger here. And it'd be great to have your input so we can really get a good, look towards having a rich life in every manner of richness. And we can have joy. So please do that. Have a muse and get you ready so we can really get together and, create the life we want. So, have more fun than you can stand and go fly, my friend. Bye-bye.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.